Jimmy Galloway from Alamo, North Carolina. In case you were wondering, he hates it when I call him Little Timmy. That's what I do. But no, I remember, we wrote this song and we got it on our first record about a week before the album deadline. And I remember that we were playing a show in Livin, North Carolina when a friend of mine came out to see us, and my producer emailed me the song back after we got done. He was almost done with the mixing of it, wanted to see what I thought of it. And so the very first time I got to hear this song was in the back of my tour bus, sitting beside a friend of mine named Brittany Coppage. And Brittany and I, we could listen to this song one time through, and I remember going in and doing the show that night and seeing her at the back of the dance floor. She started singing along with it. I thought how cool that was, and I'll never forget that moment. I don't know, at the time I didn't know why it stuck with me the way it did. A couple of weeks went by, and her friends would come up to shows and say, "Jason, you got to write something else, because she is driving us nuts with this song." And I remember doing a show back home at the Long Branch in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I remember playing that show and looking down and seeing Brittany's family, but I didn't see Brittany there, and I asked her mom after the show, I said, "Where's Brittany?" And she said, "Well, she went and had some tests done, and she's got pneumonia." So we were thinking about her, and Brittany was my very first guitar player in my first band's daughter, oldest daughter. I met her when she was 9 years old. And I remember thinking, we're going to pray for her and everything, and hope the test come out all right. Well, the week after Thanksgiving, Brittany was diagnosed with lung cancer at 19 years old, and I remember she was a gymnast, non-smoker, perfect picture of health. You wouldn't have ever pictured that from this girl. You wouldn't have ever thought that she'd got something like this, but it was real aggressive cancer. They gave her 3 days to live, and Brittany was a fighter. I remember I was doing some Christmas shopping at the mall that year, and her mom called me up and said, "Jason, come to the hospital." And I was like, "Why are you even at the hospital?" And she said, "Brittany's got cancer." I remember I broke down right there in the middle of that mall, and I had to have some help out of the mall. Thank God I was with somebody who could get us to the car, because I totally lost all perception of where I was at the time. And we went to the hospital, and we were touring with Alyssa Lies at the time, and I remember going, out on the road for a week at a time, coming back home for a day and a half. We'd fly in, I'd have my girlfriend pick me up at the airport, we'd go straight to the hospital, spend 3 hours with Brittany, go home, get some sleep, spend the next morning with the kids, and then I'd fly right back out. And I did that the whole month of December. December 22nd was my very first time playing the Grand Ole Opry in 2006, and I remember I convinced Brittany's mom and dad to sneak her laptop computer into her ICU room, so they snuck it in there, and every time we played Livin' Our Love song, when I announced the song, her mom said her eyes opened up. And when I said I'm going to dedicate this song to Brittany Coppage, they said her heart rate came down, which at the time was a big feat for her. Well, 3 days after Christmas, we lost Brittany that year, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with. But every time we play this song now, I dedicate it to her, because I think she's watching us from somewhere else, and I know she's keeping an eye on me, because when I do something stupid, I feel like she's telling me, which is often. We're going to play that song for you right now. We're going to dedicate this song to Brittany Coppage. Pretty hard to believe after all these years still needed this man. reality. You're dancing in my arms with a spotlight moving a sea of stars. Oh girl, we've come so far. Everything I want is everything that you are. Just wanna lay you down, say love you without a sound. I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby, just look at us. All this time and we're still in love. Something like this just don't exist between a backwoods boy and a fairy tale princess. People say it would never work out, but living on dreams is shattered all down. It feels good to prove them wrong. Living our love song. Don't it feel good tonight, everybody? Baby, just look at us. And all this time and we're still in love. Something like this just don't exist between a backwoods boy and a fairy tale princess. People said it would never work out, but living our dreams are shattered all down. Going through it and prove them wrong. Living our love song. It feels good to prove them wrong. Living